John Lennon once made the observation that the Beatles' phenomenal rise to fame owed more to confidence and luck than to sheer talent. Despite being widely regarded as a musical pioneer, Lennon downplayed the role of innate ability in their success. Though he was tragically killed in New York in 1980, his legacy continues to inspire, and the Beatles' cultural influence remains strong decades after their breakup. Over the years, countless biographies have attempted to unravel the story behind the world's most famous band. Yet only one, the Beatles. The authorized biography by Hunter Davies was created with the band's full cooperation. Davies, both an author and journalist, was granted unique access, spending over a year immersed in the Beatles' world and documenting their lives up until early 1968. Now 89, he has shared insights into how the band viewed their own success, particularly Lennon's belief that talent was not the defining factor in their achievements. According to Davies, Lennon held a humble perspective, saying that they were no better than anyone else. He believed that what mattered most was a mix of ambition and opportunity, rather than formal training, education, or even raw ability. Lennon questioned the very idea of talent, suggesting it might not be something you're born with, but rather something rooted in self-belief. In the biography, Davies noted that Lennon compared himself to artists and writers throughout history who reached greatness not through schooling, but through confidence and determination. Davies also shared an anecdote about George Harrison, who initially hesitated to draw because he lacked confidence in his artistic skills. Encouraged by Davies and Paul McCartney, Harrison eventually started drawing and gradually improved. Lennon himself reflected on his youth, stating that he was just like any other teenager until he simply decided one day to write a song. And did. He claimed there was no grand discovery of hidden genius, and that he had no remarkable gift other than perhaps for enjoying life or avoiding hard work. He challenged the notion of talent as a myth that needed to be exposed, even suggesting that politicians were the biggest example of success without real ability. Lennon also commented on how people interpreted his music, saying that while he appreciated listeners who connected with it, he viewed his songwriting as simply doing a job, not something that should be overly analyzed. However, in an interview following the release of Davies' biography, Lennon acknowledged that his views had changed. In a 1968 conversation with Maurice Hindle and Daniel Wiles for Keele University's magazine Unit, he admitted that he no longer believed just anyone could become a songwriter or pop star. He felt he had something special within him, a creative force that enabled him to make music and compose songs, and that this had been his chosen path. He went on to say that, in some ways, creating music could be seen as a kind of trick or illusion, but not in a negative sense. He explained that even legendary figures like Picasso and Beethoven were, in their own way, playing along with the expectations of others while knowing how absurd much of the surrounding commentary was. Lennon argued that anyone with genuine greatness understood this duality, the fine line between genius and performance. He believed that Bob Dylan, for example, also recognized the sometimes inflated narratives around their work and understood the game behind the scenes. Although Davies' biography has seen various updates and additions over time, its original version still stands as a rare and valuable account of the Beatles' inner world, offering both a deeply human portrayal and a first-hand reflection of Lennon's evolving thoughts on fame, talent, and authenticity.